Breaking news now, the teen convicted of killing 3 students at an Ohio high school is on the run. Police search for TJ Lane and a second suspect who bolted from a Lima lockup. Remembering 9/11, the services, ceremonies, and memorials here and across the country honoring those who lost their lives.
I was flabbergasted, really.
Any American flags? The fallout over what one man calls patriotism outside his home. 13 minutes of nonstop news, just seconds away.
Live from WTVG Toledo, this is 13 ABC Action News.
And we begin tonight with breaking news. Police are searching for an escaped killer and another inmate right now. Both are considered extremely dangerous. Lima police say Chardon High School shooter, killer TJ Lane, escaped from prison tonight. He was convicted of killing 3 students in a cafeteria in 2012. 13 ABC's Christine Long live with the latest. Christine.
Lee, Lima police say 19-year-old TJ Lane escaped along with 2 other inmates. One of those inmates was captured. A manhunt is now underway for the 2 prisoners on the loose. Officers are searching woods and a residential area near the Allen County Correctional Facility for Lane and 45-year-old Clifford Operud, originally from Carlisle, Ohio, who was serving a 12-year sentence for aggravated robbery, aggravated burglary, and kidnapping. Lane is serving a life sentence for shooting and killing 16-year-old Daniel Parmador, 17-year-old Demetrius Hewlin, and 17-year-old Russell King Jr. at Chardon High School east of Cleveland in the cafeteria on February 27, 2012. Lane shot another teen several times, but Nick Walczak survived the massacre. Lane pleaded guilty last year, and you remember he caused controversy in the courtroom when he wore a white T-shirt with the word killer written across it. He also gave the middle finger to the victims' families. At his sentencing, Lane was smiling and smirking, including while the relatives of the victims spoke. Lima police first posted about this prisoner escape on Facebook at 9 p.m. with the mugshots saying, "Do not open your doors for strangers. Do not pick up hitchhikers. Call Lima police if you see anything suspicious." Officers are currently searching the neighborhoods in the vicinity of the north end of town. You will see law enforcement in your neighborhood. Please do not tweet or post the locations of our officers. Authorities have no further information right now on how the men got out of prison, but they say the 2 are considered dangerous. They don't believe they were armed. We do have a crew on the way to Lima. Amy Montgomery should be arriving shortly and will work to bring you a live report on the ground. Lee, back to you.
All right, Christine, thank you. And we'll continue, of course, to track the latest developments in this breaking news alert. We'll provide those developments on air and online at 13abc.com. We'll also post any updates on Facebook and Twitter. And we'll be live in Lima on 13 ABC Action News. Good morning. Make sure you're up to the minute you are up. 4:30 a.m. Jeff, Sasha, Bill, Nicole, Rebecca, only on 13 ABC Action News. Good morning. Remembering the nearly 3,000 men, women, and children who died in the attack on America 13 years ago. This is a live look at the site of the World Trade Center attacks. 2 beams of light now shine into the air where those twin towers once stood. People all over the country pausing for a moment of silence, marking this somber anniversary today. The nation marking the tragedy with ceremonies and moments of silence at the White House, the Pentagon, Ground Zero, Shanksville, Pennsylvania, and other communities. The country coming together to mourn the victims of that fateful day.
A time that has brought us pain, but also taught us endurance and strength. A time of rebuilding, of resilience, and of renewal.
There's not a day that's more solemn or special to those of us in the fire service than September 11th.
And people gathered across Northwest Ohio and Southeast Michigan as well, remembering the men and women who made the ultimate sacrifice. Heroes in Action held a special tribute at International Park this evening.
It's all about bringing our people together and for people to realize how important our first responders and our military for us to be able to live the way we do today here in the United States.
Meantime, a wall of remembrance honors 9/11 victims in Ottawa Hills at Memorial Park. It's just inside the cemetery off of Talmadge. That memorial lists the names of all the men and women killed in the attacks 13 years ago. And amid all the patriotism, some neighbors complained the number of American flags in a Toledo man's front yard is excessive. 13 ABC's Christine Long back for us doing double duty. She spent the afternoon at the Burn Hill Mobile Home Community. She's live with a story all new at 11. Once again, Christine.
Lee, the neighbors aren't talking to us, but yesterday the management of this rental community gave notice to the man who lives in the home to tone it down with Old Glory, take down some of the flags and lights.
We are American. We need to show our pride.
Is this Toledo man too patriotic? Several of his neighbors at the Burn Hill Mobile Home Community think so.
My goal was to have 50 flags out here, so I didn't meet my goal. So no, I would say it's not excessive.
Complaints about flags draped from the home, stuck in the ground, one filled with air and held in place with tiki torches, caused management to post this notice on the door yesterday, the day before September 11th. It says all excessive holiday decorations must be removed within 7 days.
Basically, the only thing I have out is the American flag. And to think of the American flag being called a holiday decoration, I think was just appalling to me.
Delray Fox rents on a month-to-month lease. The 41-year-old is a former mayor of Republic, Ohio in Seneca County, whose grandfather served in World War II. Inside the home, his red, white, and blue style continues. Fox picked up these carved bald eagles from county fairs. At the end of the hall, there's a permanent 9/11 memorial.
It's always been part of me.
Fox says in a meeting last night with the property manager, he was told the front yard is over-decorated. He does not have to take all of the flags down, but he needs to conform to park standards and rules. The manager did not return 13 ABC's call for comment, but Fox is relieved after his discussion. He's being allowed to keep all of the flags up for now.
I think toning down the American flag is like an insult to each and every man and woman and child that has died for the fight of freedom.
What does Fox plan to do next? He says he'll likely take some of the flags down to make room for his Halloween decorations. Reporting live, Christine Long, 13 ABC, Action News.
An update now on a story we first brought you last week on Action News. It is official. The Allen Clay Joint Fire District has a new home. The department's officially dedicated a new building today. It's on North Genoa Clay Center Road. Chief says the dedication today had special significance because of this date. The department has been in the building since December, but crews have just finished up the final touches. Following a developing story out of Wood County tonight, thousands of people will be watching the homecoming football game at Deutsch Perry Stadium this weekend when the Falcons take on Indiana. But the health department is keeping a close eye on the concession stands. Inspectors found 11 critical violations during last Saturday's game. Food and water for hand washing were both at the wrong temperatures. BGSU only uses this particular company for athletics, not for its on-campus food. Weather now. The torrential rain we had last night seems like a distant memory now, but tonight, quiet on the cool side. 13 minutes of nonstop news continues with Chief Meteorologist Jay Burspach. Jay?
Yeah, question is now not the air conditioners on or off, but furnaces. And the furnace, may click on tonight if it's turned on and available. Also in your car tomorrow, might have to use the heater, and that may continue for the next several days. Here's our weather story for tonight. All is well, all is calm out there right now. Plan on a very fall-like Friday. Temperatures similar to today. We're tracking those showers for Saturday. Brand new data just in on Predictor, so we'll have details on when is the best chance for rain, when it moves out, and staying cool. Much of our 7-day only has highs in the 60s. We'll detail that Predictor and 7-day in just a bit.
New details now on a hotel fire in Wood County. One man is charged with leaving his children alone at the Victory Inn in Bowling Green. Firefighters found the kids sleeping alone in a room after the building caught fire. Police say Torrin Walton left 3 children, all 10 and younger, inside. He and his wife went to work. Investigators say someone was smoking or using a hookah in a bed in another room. That started the fire Tuesday night. No one was hurt. Update now on the fire at the Tiffin Walmart. Part of the store is back open. An employee confirming the grocery store, the pharmacy, bank, and hair salon have reopened. And authorities say they have identified the person they believe started the fire. The grand jury will determine whether any charges will be filed. The store says it hopes to completely reopen later this week. New at 11, if you're looking for a job, Sam's Club may be looking for you. The Holland location on East Mall Drive is hiring. The store is holding open interviews on Monday. They're going to run from 1 to 3 p.m. You have to be at least 18 and apply online before showing up in person. Head basketball coach at Scott High School is now married to an 18-year-old former student. 13 ABC has learned these new details after TPS suspended coach Chris Dames for having an inappropriate relationship with that same student. But TPS says this does not have any impact on its investigation.
The district's perspective on this situation does not change. We will continue to hold Mr. Dames responsible for his actions.
No criminal charges have been filed in this case against Dames at this point. A disciplinary hearing is scheduled in the coming weeks. We've reached out to Dames several times, but we have not heard from him. One 7-year-old's birthday is going to the dogs. This year, a local boy is asking for something other than presents to help his 4-legged friends. 13 ABC's Amy Montgomery has the story of generosity you'll only see right here on Action News.
This is Timothy Willoughby and his best friend, Mattis, the beagle. The Temperance second grader has always had a love for animals, even after he was bit by his first dog.
Ever since I've gotten bit by a dog, I just loved him.
He was very upset when we had to put our first dog down.
Now he's doing whatever he can to help homeless animals, from bake sales for the Humane Society's Bark in the Park fundraiser.
Last year I raised $400, and this year I raised $534.
To foregoing birthday presents in favor of donations.
It comes by naturally, but what makes him exceptional is that he loves to do this. He wants to do this all the time.
Timothy turned 7 earlier this month. Since he just started at a new school, he thought it would be fun to invite people to a park to play, eat, and fill a truck bed with animal goodies for the Monroe and Toledo Humane Societies.
Why did you want to get presents for the animals?
Because they're poor when they're in the shelters, and I don't like seeing them in the shelters, so I help them get donations.
Oh, it's amazing. It's wonderful. I mean, you couldn't ask for a better kid.
One day, Timothy hopes to become what he calls an animal helper, so he can be with them all the time. And
buy a whole bunch of animals.
In the meantime, he's looking for some support from the community to help a cause close to his heart. In Temperance, Amy Montgomery, 13 ABC, Action News.
Wow, that is quite a young man. Donation drive set for this Saturday at White Park in Lambertville. It will run from 11 to 3, and they're looking for dog and cat food, treats, and other necessities. We have a full list posted on our website, 13abc.com. New at 11 tonight, here's a look ahead at what's in tomorrow's editions of The Blade. A married couple in Ottawa County facing several charges. Police say they stole from an elderly widow and schemed to commit bankruptcy fraud. Plus, volunteers in Bowling Green are working to transform a former BG elementary school into a city park. How they're changing the landscape on Ridge Street. You can read more about these and other stories in tomorrow's edition of The Blade and at ToledoBlade.com.
Insanity. I don't know. I felt really bad for him, though. I didn't know what to do, so we called the cops.
13 minutes after 11, much more ahead tonight. Caught on camera, a woman almost runs over a guy in a wheelchair. Tonight, the neighbor who shot the video speaking out about what she saw. And a normal day at a Utah elementary until a gun goes off. How a teacher got shot in the leg and why the district says the gun was allowed inside the building. And the karate cop. Surveillance cameras show a deputy kicking an inmate. Now he's in some hot water. Those stories, plus Jay says the cool down will stick around for a while. We're back in just 30 seconds.
This is 13 ABC Action News with Lee Conklin. Now, 13 ABC First Warning Weather with Chief Meteorologist Jay Berschbach.
Good evening. Looks like fall, smells like fall, but it's not officially fall just yet. Quick peek here at Live Doppler 13,000 HD and a quick hello to some new friends over on the east side in Oregon. Spoke to the Toledo East Women's Connection this evening. We're efforting some video. Hopefully get that on by the end of the show. If not, we'll show it tomorrow night. So those great folks out there waiting to see their pretty faces either tonight or tomorrow. But a great time. The Bayside Boardwalk over in Oregon. Spoke to a group about the weather, my job, and how I got where I am. Basically the career path. Good stuff there. Okay, weather-wise, nothing out there for tonight. 56 degrees. If it weren't for the clouds out there, it'd be even cooler. And temperatures tonight will be dropping into the upper 40s, we think. Already seeing some lower 50s out to the west. Lake Erie, the protector for temperatures along the lakeshore. Lower 60s there for Port Clinton and Sandusky. Let's get into the future now. A lot of questions about rainfall for football Friday, rainfall for football Saturday. Right, a lot of college teams in action. We have Ohio State home, Michigan home. I believe UT is down in Cincinnati. BG is home as well, a noon game against IU. So Big Ten foe is in town. So let's go into the future. Let's start with Friday. Looks kind of cloudy out there, like today. Maybe a few sprinkles off of Lake Erie. So for those folks where it's warmer tonight, with that northeast wind tomorrow, maybe a drop or two of rainfall, but I wouldn't cancel plans if you're heading out to the Point tomorrow evening for Hollow Weekends. It's not looking all that bad. This map is at 7 a.m. Saturday. Your clock is up here in the corner, and here comes our rain, at least the chance for it. Darker greens and yellows should stay north of the border, and it should be a fairly quick hit with that chance of rain in mind. So by noon, rainfall clears I-75, should move out of here completely for the evening. So better news there, and by Sunday, the clouds get scoured out. Should be a nice end to our weekend, a little warmer too on Sunday compared to what's on the way for Saturday. For tonight, your low 49 degrees, mostly cloudy and cool. Tomorrow, bus stop weather not looking too bad. Just some clouds out there. 50s there at 9, low 60s at noon, the high near 65 by 3 p.m. There's your wind direction, always given from the direction it's blowing. So from the northeast, blowing to the southwest, 5 to 15 miles per hour. Now your 7-day forecast, and with those extra clouds, still thinking we're going to come close to 60 on Saturday. Think we'll fall a whole degree short. So really a fall-like day, almost late October, early November-like. Sunday, though, mostly sunny, so my pick day this weekend is Sunday, despite the chilly start there. The morning low, when you get the paper, get the coffee, 44 degrees. Monday, another chance of showers moves through, 68. We're dry and sunny for Tuesday and Wednesday, upper 60s, and coming close to 70. That happens next Thursday, but nowhere near the average, even though it is September approaching fall. Average high still between 77 and 80 degrees.
Wow, okay. Well, we'll enjoy the fleeces and the jackets while we have them on for a little while.
Keep the shorts handy. I don't think we're done with the 70s and 80s yet.
Good. All right. Jay, thanks very much. And continuing coverage of our top story, the breaking news story we've been following. The teen convicted of killing 3 students at an Ohio high school still on the run. Police search for TJ Lane and a second suspect who bolted from a jail in Lima tonight. The latest coming up. A Utah teacher is recovering after she accidentally shot herself in the leg at an elementary school. According to authorities, the woman was in a faculty bathroom before school. That's when the gun went off. District leaders say she does have a concealed carry permit and is allowed to carry her firearm on campus. New tonight, a viral video has police asking what happened. Take a look at this scene in California. Neighbors say they saw a woman get into her van, then almost run over her husband, who's in a wheelchair. Police rushed to the scene and arrested the driver. She is charged with OVI. Sheriff's deputy in Colorado under investigation after a fight inside the jail. Surveillance video you see here shows the officer kicking at the man, then eventually sparring with him. The deputy then takes the inmate down. He's been suspended pending an internal investigation. And he's after more than just a few picnic baskets. Take a look at this video out of Washington State. A family said they thought a crook was on their property. Turned out surveillance cameras showed this black bear here. The animal tips over the garbage can and makes off with apparently a tasty meal there. Coming up in sports, big-time soccer matchup between St. Francis and Perrysburg. Plus the Tribe trying to sweep a double dip from the Twins. Dave has the highlights coming up.
13 ABC Action Sports teaming up with BCSN. Now, here's Dave Hogue.
Tigers had the night off. Indians playing a doubleheader against the Twins. After winning the first one, Cleveland going for a sweep in the nightcap. Carlos Santana, monster day. 4th inning, goes deep. He also homered in the early game. Indians lead 1-0. But in the bottom of the ninth, the Twins have the tying run at the plate. But the Cleveland defense comes up with a 6-4-3 double. Cody Allen gets the save. Indians get the sweep. Final score 2-0. Two of the best high school soccer teams in Northwest Ohio, St. Francis and Perrysburg. Early first half, Andrew Bosworth intercepts the pass for the Jackets, and he fires from deep. Perrysburg takes a 1-0 lead, but 2 minutes later, the Knights respond. Dan Kenner scrapping for the ball. He worked for this one. Upper corner. We are tied at 1. Still in the first half. St. Francis off the throw-in. Colin Clark with the cranium, and that's the difference. Knights win 2-1. What a wild one. From football to football, here's our schedule tomorrow night. Dave White Chevrolet Football Friday. College ball, Toledo on the road against Cincy, plus Perrysburg, Southview, Bellevue, Oak Harbor, and Springfield. Check us out in Bowser, Whitmer, Start, Rogers, Bowling Green, and Genoa. And wave to the cameras if you see us in Swanton, Macomb, Perkins, North Baltimore, and Toledo Christian. 17 games tomorrow night. But we stick with the high schoolers now for our Athlete of the Week. Here's Steve Slivka.
Hopewell Loudon senior golfer Bryce Gorel knows how to break and set new school records. He's done it the last 3 years, including recently carding a 66.
Our team won that same invite, which was fun. That was fun. We are having a decent record this year.
He's a grinder. He always wants to be better. He shoots a 66 in a tournament, and then he wants to shoot a 65. And he's never satisfied, which sometimes I think can be a hindrance to him because he puts a lot of pressure on himself.
Gorel made his first trip to Columbus for the state golf championship last year. He's perhaps the best golfer to ever play for the Chieftains, while also working as a student coach of sorts, helping his teammates to improve their games.
It's a great benefit because he helps us, and then next you know we'll do what he just told us to do, and next you know we'll hit it right down where they're with it. I love the fact that he always comes to me. He's like, do you mind if I work with so-and-so today on this part? And honestly, him being a lefty, our top 3 golfers are lefties.
You know, I've had times this year where I've had some frustrating times and can't figure it out. You're hitting on the range, still can't figure it out, and then you see something and then it just clicks. And then that you get back and you're trying that and it starts working and it gets you motivated, gets you going again. That's the excitement of golf.
With this week's Charlie's Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Athlete of the Week, Steve Slivka, 13 ABC, Action Sports.
Thank you, Stephen. I'll see everyone back here tomorrow night for Football Friday.
Dave, thanks very much. Continuing to follow breaking news out of Allen County tonight, police searching for an escaped inmate, including convicted killer T.J. Lane, the Chardon High School shooter. 13 ABC's Amy Montgomery live in Lima with the breaking news straight ahead. In case you're just joining us once again, Lima police say Chardon High School killer T.J. Lane has escaped from prison tonight. He was convicted of killing 3 students in a cafeteria in February of 2012. 13 ABC's Amy Montgomery is live with the breaking details in Allen County tonight. Amy.
Lee, we just arrived here in downtown Lima and all is quiet. But that's because the Ohio State Highway Patrol, Lima Police, and the Allen County Sheriff's Office are searching nearby neighborhoods on the ground and by air, looking for 2 inmates who escaped earlier today. Take a look at their pictures. We have 45-year-old Clifford Opperud. He's charged with kidnapping and aggravated robbery, and Thomas Michael Lane, better known as T.J. Lane. The 19-year-old is serving a life sentence after he shot and killed 3 students at Chardon High School near Cleveland back in 2012. As I mentioned, an active search is taking place right now. Both were last seen wearing Allen Correctional Institution prison uniforms. And police right now are asking people who live in this area to lock their doors, make sure that they stay inside. Officers are also asking residents to make sure that they report any suspicious activity and to make sure they do not post if they see searches taking place in their neighborhoods. But right now, an active search is underway for 2 inmates who escaped earlier today. One of them is Opperud and the other is T.J. Lane. Of course, stay with 13 ABC online and on air for all the latest details. For now, reporting live in Lima, Amy Montgomery, 13 ABC Action News.
All right, Amy, thanks very much. And a quick check of the weather before we close out this newscast.
And dry tonight, a little cool tomorrow when you wake up on your Friday. Here's the forecast: upper 40s, mid 60s tomorrow. Looks good for football. Light showers early Saturday, move out. The pick day of the weekend, the better day, Sunday, 65 and sunny.
All right, Jay, thank you. And thanks to you for watching 13 ABC Action News at 11. Of course, we're on the air at 4:30 in the morning. The latest on the escape of T.J. Lane. Our Tony Geftis will be down in Lima providing live reports. Nightline is next, then Jimmy Kimmel Live. Actually, vice versa. Take care, everybody.